Hello, this is Kara on Rump Raves. Today I have not exactly a period video, but I thought it would be interesting to share with you guys some of the more natural medicines that I choose over over-the-counter stuff or prescription stuff. I basically choose all natural supplements to kind of make up for not taking any sort of medicines. Just for regular health, like a multivitamin, you know, you're supposed to take a multivitamin, anyone is, and other stuff too. So I have them kind of divided into sections, and there's a few that I'm not going to hold up because it's a local shop that sells them. But other than that, yeah, most of these I have ordered online or found somewhere local, so most of them would be available to anyone, I think. So I'll just start with these. So I don't really have a good starting point. These are going to be all out of order, and I'm not going to say what any of them are for, but feel free to ask questions, or I can make a video about a certain condition and what would be good for it, or even just about a certain supplement if you would be interested in that. And some of them I have not tried yet, because I kind of go in cycles, trying things to see what they do, and then stop taking it to see what the effects are, you know, and I have like a notebook that I write everything down in, just to kind of, you know, see if it actually works, because some of the stuff that's supposed to be all natural, it has like the placebo effect, where it doesn't actually help you, you just think it does, so you keep taking it. So I guess I'll just start with this. This is vitamin D3, it's 1000 IU. I guess I'm just going to go through it like that, yeah. And I take folic acid. I know one of the folic acid that I used to take, it was 400 micrograms, 800, and this one is 400. I seem to like the 400 better, or my body does. I take L-lysine, and I really have not seen this do anything, to be honest. I've gone on and off of it, and I don't really see a difference, so I think once this bottle is gone, I'm just going to stop taking it. Magnesium, definitely, magnesium is great, I love it. I will probably end up doing a video about magnesium because it's so awesome. I just recently started taking B12. I hadn't before because I didn't know that there was a vegan option for it, but there actually is a vegan, alternate way to get it. So I have 3 different ones right now. I got one from my mom that isn't vegan, but I've been taking it because that's what I started out with, just to test it out, because it's somewhat expensive. Just the ones I got, I guess. So these I have vitamin B12 drops. So it's liquid, it just comes in like a baby dropper thing. And all of these that I've shown you so far I've gotten online. This one, Holly Basil, that is something that I have not yet tried, but I'm adding it in for this week's medication. I'm going to run over and grab something quick. So this isn't actually a pill case, but it's a divided clear container, so that's what I organize my week's stuff in. So for some things I have a different selection of all my stuff for each day. Depending on a weekend, I don't need energy stuff, so it all depends on that. And like I said, I haven't tried the Holly Basil yet, but I added it in for this week, so that will be interesting. It really smells bad. Okay, up next I have some of my energy stuff. There are all natural stuff that make energy not as strongly, and I know caffeine is very controversial and people don't know if it's good for you or bad for you. It is addictive. It's a drug. It's not an illegal drug, obviously. And yeah, so I do take caffeine. I don't take it daily, but I do take it when I need it. I really need to do a video on just my health issue stuff, because I always reference it and then I don't want to get into it because it's going to take forever to explain. But I do need a lot of extra energy for just every day. So I have 2 different brands. These are both from Amazon. This was the first one I got. I did not like this one very much. I had another brand before it, but I don't remember what it was, and I really liked that one, and I got this one, and it's like, oh, this does not work nearly as well. This is like the cheapest of the cheap on Amazon. This is the next one I'm trying. I actually just got it in the mail today. I'm probably going to take some at work later because I have not slept like all week. Yeah, and the next one is a little bit more natural, but it's still basically caffeine. It's called Guarana. I'm not exactly sure if I'm saying that right, but I'm pretty sure I am. This is a really high dose, so I started breaking it in half. You just take it in the morning, and it doesn't say it's slow release, but it doesn't give you the terrible buzzy feeling that caffeine does, and it does last longer. So I think it's somewhat of a slow release type thing. I got this one on Amazon too. It's just called Super Guarana. It's 1,200 milligrams. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show is my multivitamin. This is a random brand. I've never tried this before, but I just got it because it had calcium, or because it has less calcium. I get kidney stones and I get calcium stones, so I cannot have any extra calcium. And calcium is a vitamin that's added to a lot of other vitamins. So like if you get zinc, for instance, I take zinc. A lot of times zinc is mixed with calcium. Just, I don't really know why, but if you got a zinc supplement, it might also have calcium in it. So I have to be careful of that. So yeah, it's just a typical adult multivitamin. It is chewable. I'm not sure what the difference is between chewable and the swallow kind, if it has like a nutritional difference. Okay, so these next are the brand that I know Whole Foods carries. It's also on Amazon. All three of these are things I have not tried yet. Well, I guess B12, I'm just starting to take B12, but this is a new brand and a new dosage. This is an extra low dosage, not extra low, it's just not high. So it's 1,000 micrograms, and the other one was 5,000, and I also have one that's 10,000. These are also the drops. You put them in your mouth and hold them under your tongue for 30 seconds, and these are the dissolvable lozenges, and you also hold these under your tongue for 30 seconds before chewing them. And that's just so that your mouth has a chance to absorb it, because all the tissue in your mouth is really, really like permeable, I guess, so it can absorb stuff really well. That's why you have to be really careful if you ever have a child who gets chemicals in their mouth. You have to do like a whole body detox to get rid of it. Yeah, so I have tried magnesium, melatonin. Melatonin is something that I've tried. It's something that I've tried for sleep regulation. So I have one brand that has 3 milligrams of melatonin, and I've also tried 5 milligrams and 1 milligram. And actually, what's supposed to be the case is that the lower dosage you take of melatonin is supposed to help more, because if you take more than your body will accept, it will have the opposite effect and keep you awake at night instead. Melatonin is a natural, I wouldn't call it a hormone, but it's a chemical in your brain that makes you sleep. And it's completely non-habit forming, so you can take it and take it and take it and then go off of it, and it won't be like a prescription medication where you'll just be laying there like, why can't I sleep? And so I did not like the melatonin, actually. But I know it works for a lot of people, so it could just be me personally. I mean, I'm sure it's just me personally. So I got this other thing from the Now brand, is the one I was talking about. It's just called Sleep. It has valerian root, hops, passion flower, and GABA, gamma aminobutyric acid, and all of those don't have a daily value. They're just, I don't know, they just haven't been rated to have a daily value. And yeah, this one is all natural. Some of these are vegan and some of them are not. Just to be honest, most of them are, I would say. The multivitamin is not. There's a couple other ones that aren't. But I am pretty careful about that. If there's something that absolutely does not have any vegan brand that sells them, then I will go ahead and get a regular, like, non-vegan option. But normally I'll go with vegan. The next one is Biotin. I have not tried this one yet either. The reason I have so many that I haven't tried is because you can't get like 5 new supplements and take them all at once, because then you won't know which one is helping you. You have to go on them one by one, and I go on and off and on and off just to make sure that that's what's causing this. Because if you go on a supplement and then you have a headache that day, you're not going to know for sure if it was the supplement that caused that. So you have to kind of keep on it and see what happens, and then go off of it and see what happens, and go back on it, and all that. So yeah, that's why I have a bunch that I haven't tried yet. But the Biotin I know is, it says on the bottle that it helps with amino acid metabolism and immunity stuff. But I also know it's good for your skin, hair, and nails. So we'll see how that goes. I have really, really thin, stringy hair, and this is about as long as it gets. I haven't cut my hair in quite a few years. I just trim the ends when they get ratty, but my hair isn't getting any longer. So I got this for mostly for the immune system stuff and for my skin, hair, and nails. Alright, the next ones are the brand that I'm not going to show on camera, but I'll just go through them. I take zinc. I guess I can read a little bit. It's an antioxidant nutrient to maintain normal cell growth. I have zinc deficiency. You can kind of see it on my fingernails a little bit. All those white spots, and I have like indented stripes that kind of go around my nail bed. That's one of the ways that you can tell if you have zinc deficiency. It's not very common, but I do have it. So I was taking zinc a while back, and my nails were perfect after I started taking it. And I started this particular brand, and it was a higher dosage, and I went straight back to having all these dots and stripes all over. So I don't really know what to think about that. Maybe this brand doesn't have as pure of zinc, and I don't have any of the other brand left, which was really silly because I could have gone back and forth between brands for a while. So I will have to get some of the other one again and work on that. I do not know how to say this, but like acidophilus or acidophilus, whatever that is, it's a probiotic. It's for digestion. It basically puts good bacteria in your stomach. So it's just one of the strains. There's tons of strains of probiotics, and this one is just one of them. A while back, I did take just like a full spectrum probiotic that just had a bunch of different bacteria in it, and I really, really liked that. I've been taking this one for longer than the other one, and I stopped taking the other one. But now I kind of want it back, so I'm going to think about trying a different brand, because the one I was taking was pretty expensive, and you only get a month worth in a bottle, because you get 60 capsules, but you take 2 a day. So that's kind of annoying. Usually when it tells me to take 2 a day, I start out with 1, and then I go up to 2 and see how that is, and I'm not a large person at all, so normally I just go back to 1. I also take vitamin C. It's C500, and it also has rose hips in it, which is another thing that doesn't have a nutritional, it doesn't have like a daily recommendation. And then there's melatonin. I talked about that a little bit. St. John's wort is another thing that I just went on. I think a week and a half ago I started it. It's supposed to maintain healthy mood levels. I'm not going to go into this a ton. I can do it with the other health issue video sometime in the future if you would be interested. But I kind of started this because I've had a little bit of problem with depression. It's not really anything that's happened in my life. It's just there, you know. It's just like a chemical imbalance in your brain or whatever the scientific definition is. So, I mean, it's not a big deal, but I thought I would try this. I did go on an antidepressant for a couple months, maybe like 3.5 months, and it was absolutely terrible. It made me sicker than I felt before. I was nauseous all the time. I couldn't sleep. It was just terrible. I just stopped taking it, and I felt so much better afterwards, even though it's depression. I mean, anyway, yeah, I said I wouldn't go into it, so I can do a separate video about that, and I can talk about the St. John's wort. Yeah, so this is the other B12. It's the 10,000 micrograms, and it's also the dissolvable that you put under your tongue. And the last thing is, okay, this is kind of weird. I didn't even know I was getting this until I went into the little health food store. But it's papaya enzyme. It's another digestive thing. What it says in the bottom, like word for word, maximum strength formula for healthy digestive function. So it's just a chewable thing that tastes like papaya. It's kind of cool. I just started it, so I don't really have anything to say about it yet, but it's kind of cool, I guess. The next one is cinnamon, which helps with metabolizing sugar. I take 250 milligrams because I only take one of the pills when you're supposed to take 2 a day. And I also take cranberry extract, again for my kidney, all that stuff, because I get stones, and with stones you have like risks for infection, and this is just an all-around urinary health thing. It says, and all from this little health food store, these are all vegan. This one is 400 milligrams in the serving, but I only take 1, so it's 200 milligrams of the cranberry. And that is it, I'm pretty sure. So all of those, apart from the ones that I haven't started yet, I take all of those every day. I have 3 separate times that I take my pills. When I wake up before I go to school, I have some in my bag that I take at lunch, and some that I take, I guess, it depends on what I'm planning, I guess, because sometimes there's 4 times a day, because sometimes I take them just in the evening and then also right before I go to bed, but sometimes I just take them all right before I go to bed. I guess it just depends what I'm testing that day or that week. So yeah, that is everything. Definitely ask questions, because I know I just threw everything in your face. And I didn't really talk a lot about individual things. So yeah, you can ask me whatever you want. You can ask in the comments or send a private message, or you can request a video on something specific, like if you want to know what's good for kidney stones, or what's good for depression, or what's good for your digestive system, or fatigue, or yeah. So yeah, sure, you can ask for whatever, and I don't know, I love having video requests because I want to know what you guys actually want to see, because sometimes I'm just at a loss of what kind of video to make, because sometimes I'll make a video, I'm like, oh, this is such a good idea, so many people will be interested in this, and it has like 25 views. So people don't even watch it because they're not interested in it. So yeah, that was my mini rant, I guess. You can subscribe if you would like to see more of my videos. And be sure to send requests so you know what videos are going to be coming out. And normally, if you make a request, I will like tell you when I have it recorded, and then put it up probably the next day. So yeah, that is all. Thanks for watching, and see you next video.